Hi, welcome to my channel, Grit, Grind and Gratitude, where we talk to micro entrepreneurs about their journey of becoming a micro entrepreneur and walking that path. Grit, Grind and Gratitude shares stories of resilience, of purpose, and values led entrepreneurs who are shaping their futures boldly. Hi, Anup. Welcome to Grit, Grind, and Gratitude. This is a series where we cover micro entrepreneurs like you who've made the bold step of starting something of their own that they were passionate about. And I've been buying oils from Prestillo for the last 4 or 5 months, and I know you've got some excellent products there. So take us through this journey of how you started. I know you are a business management graduate from Udaipur.
Yes.
So from there, let's start there. What kind of a job you were in, and what prompted this? What seeded this idea of something very different?
Yes. Thank you, Dipanvita, for having me in this podcast. To give a brief background about how it started, what it started, I moved to UAE in 2019. And since then, I've been into investment banking. In 2022, we got a baby boy. I got a baby boy, and during that time, just like any new parent, both me and my wife were a little bit skeptical of the things that we give to our baby or use on our baby. So when it started, a newborn baby, we generally, especially in Indian families, we massage them with almond oil and stuff like that. So it started from that point in time when I went looking for pure oils, something like almond oil without any chemicals, because it needs to be used on a baby's new skin and stuff like that. And then a year later in 2023, when we started feeding the baby, that time also I was looking for something like pure oil which can be used for cooking. And that's how my market research started about how oil is made. To be very frank, 95% of the oils which is available in our market, not only in our market, everywhere in the world, is made through a process called solvent extraction. It's an industrial process wherein you take any nut or seed, you put it in a chemical called hexane. Hexane is a petroleum derivative. So what hexane does, it will dissolve the seed. And that's how you get refined oil. You just put it in hexane, hexane dissolves it, and then you refine it to get rid of that hexane, and that's why it's called as refined oil. On the other hand, how traditionally oil used to be made is you take any nut or seed, say for example coconut or a mustard seed or a sesame seed, and you press it. Either you grind it or you press it, and oil will squeeze out of it. So that's the traditional method. That's the one which is used to make pure oil without any chemicals, any excess. So what started as my own requirement back in 2022, I even went ahead and got a small machine for myself for my home usage, where at least for 6 to 8 months I kept on making our own oils and use it for both for the baby as well as for the whole family. And then I realized that if I need this, if my family needs this, then definitely everybody else also need this. It's a matter of time when somebody will realize that something like this is needed. And that's how the idea of Prestillo was born. And I started research from around 2022, and eventually in 2024 June we launched Prestillo. We started our first outlet in JLT Cluster U. And right from the starting, my idea was very clear. I don't want to make another FMCG oil brand where I produce it, say for example in some industrial area, even though if it is pure, even though if I'm making with full integrity and everything pure, if I make it in any industrial area and then supply it to all the supermarkets, that would defeat the purpose. I might spend a lot on marketing and tell people what we do, how we do, but better than that, what I thought is people should see by themselves. That's why I started a store format where anybody can walk in, ask for any kind of oil, we'll take those nuts and seeds and give them freshly squeezed oil made right in front of them, just like fresh juice, fresh oil. So that's how Prestillo started.
Great idea. And it's such a great idea because I discovered Prestillo serendipitously walking in around the lake. I live in JLT as well. And while walking, I saw this shop, and I have a condition where I am very focused on what I put in my body. So I'm very I'm always looking for organic food, and we know not much grows in Dubai. So therefore,
Correct.
I got very excited when I walked into your shop and I saw it, and I have been like, people have been talking on the WhatsApp group by then about Prestillo and the quality of oil that you provide. But when I walked in, it was a wow moment for me, and that would not have happened if it was in an industrial area.
Correct.
So, great thought, great idea, and you're bang on, because I can relate from my own experience about this. But let us walk a little back and tell us, how did you manage, like, how did you study? What is the kind of investment you had to put in? Because it's expensive, like buying store space in JLT, which is a premium market, is expensive.
Yes.
Also, so how did you do your budgeting, forecasting, market research? Let us talk a little bit about that.
Okay. So my educational background, both my MBA from IIM as well as the fact that I was working in investment banking in Dubai, gives me a strong hold in terms of budgeting and forecasting. Anything that relates to finance. Finance has been my bread and butter for last 10 years. So that's something which I'm strong at in terms of budgeting and forecasting. And then about starting any store or any such business in UAE, it's always costly. Especially any tangible business. If you are doing something e-commerce, online, that's still less capex heavy, I would say. But if it's about a physical store, the regulations are so stringent as in it makes sure that customer is well fed or customer is well taken care of. Anybody who walks into the store, because of that, there are 10,000 different things that you need to do within a store, and I eventually figured out. So earlier I did not have any experience in terms of something like this, but yes, once I have decided, once I have approached the licensing authority for the license, and then eventually I came to know about the requirements. Okay, to give you an example, what earlier I decided that it would take me around 2 months to do the fit out of the store, but when I started doing this, it took me around 7 months. So 5 months of extra rent we had to pay. Just because we were new in this. So yeah, I take it that as a tuition fee. You learn whatever you do for the first time, even if you spend more, that's a tuition fee, because you learn something how to do. And once it's up and through, once I know the store is running good, the product is good, product market fit is good, then it's only a matter of expansion. I need to take the same concept and go to 10 different localities and start it. So 0 to 1 is very tough, but then 1 to 10 is not as tough as 0 to 1. So that's about it. In terms of budget, it depends, Dipanita. Like I cannot give you my exact figures, but then it depends upon how big a store format do you want, how small a store format do you want. In UAE, especially if you are planning to open any regular business means anything that is already there or many people are doing it. Say for example, a grocery store, a saloon, a cafe. There are 99% of the things that's required in the store is easily available. You just have to maybe call one person or two person, and they will provide you with everything that's required for the store. But for something like Prestillo, this was something new, very new. So new that even for the licensing part, we have to do multiple round of discussion with Dubai municipality to understand what license is required for something like this, because nobody in Dubai does something similar to this. And we both the municipality as well as us were confused in terms of whether it's an industrial activity because it's a production, or it's a retail activity because it's a small shop format kind of thing. So we had multiple rounds of discussion with them and eventually figured out what licenses are required. And yeah, it went more than money, what I feel, more than the cost part of it, the time and the enthusiasm that you need within you, because it's a long period. Since the time I started thinking and since the time the store started, it was actually 2 years. And if that fire in the belly, as we say, is not strong enough for those 2 years, then there were many instances where I would have thought, okay, let's give up. Okay, maybe it will not work. Is it really necessary? The job is good, everything is good. So the comfortable life in UAE all makes us a little bit, more relaxed in terms of doing extremely out of way and starting something very risky. But yes, risk pays off, especially when it's a calculated risk. It pays off eventually.
So you've now completed an year. Are you still working as investment banker? Are you donning both hats?
Okay. Currently, yes. But soon, I by December or by January, next 2-3 months, I might go get full time into Prestillo, because I'm planning to open another branch as well. The fact that, okay, not everybody might be lucky enough to do both the parts. It's just in my case, what it happened is, it's a boutique investment banking firm, very very small firm, and we work in a very close-knit manner, like a family. So when I went to my boss and said that I want to start this, he was very happy, and he himself suggested that first couple of months, at least 6 months, don't leave this job, do both. Otherwise it will be very tough, because it takes time for the revenues to pick up. To be very frank, I realized this. I had never imagined that the revenues that I would get in first couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months, would be at that level. It was very low. Not in the sense of why low, because it takes time for us to reach people. Even our digital marketing, we started after 3 months. So it takes time. And if you are only relying on this thing for your family's bread and butter, then it becomes very tough. So in hindsight, it was a very good decision that I was managing job as well. But also the all credit goes to my boss, because he was considerate enough to allow me working half time here and taking care of the business for the rest of the time. So not everybody might be as lucky as that, and people might have to take a principled decision whether they should leave the job or not. But it depends on condition to condition, and especially if there are two people in the family, husband and wife, and if both are earning, then it takes little bit pain away from the soldier, that you can do that. You can take some calculated risk, at least for 6 months or a year. In my case, yes, my wife is also working, I'm also working, so that gave me little bit of cushion to start something like this.
Okay, let's talk about the discipline that you had to put in place when you were birthing this whole concept, and from actually the conceptualization, the brand, the logo design, to actually manufacturing and selling that first bottle.
Yes.
There is a lot of hard work that goes behind, which people who have not walked the micro-entrepreneurial journey, they do not know.
Yes.
Sometimes you can take so long to decide on what logo for yourself.
Yes. To be frank, Divanvita, I never imagined that I will have to work so hard for something like this. The amount of stress that I have taken in last 2 years, and the amount of efforts that I have put in this thing last 2 years, I think it would be more than what combined stress I would have taken in my whole career of 10-15 years. So yes, but then it's not about discipline. To be very frank, before this, I was not very disciplined person. I would take every day as it come. It's about how crazy are you being driven by that thought, by that idea.
How passionate you are about your product.
Yes, how passionate are you? Yeah, that's the correct word. Even though, as I said, I was not very disciplined before this, but I didn't blink even an eye in last 2 years for working for 20 hours. I can straight work from morning 5-6 till night 12 without getting any kind of feeling any tired or anything, because you are continuously driven by thought that I have to do these 3-4 tasks. I have to meet this supplier, I have to finalize on this design, I have to design a marketing campaign, I have to take care of recruitment for the staff. So that itself drives the hunger, the fire in your belly will drive you. You don't have to worry a lot about discipline. Discipline comes at very later stage where you need consistency, but in initial stage, I think the fire in your belly will keep you alive, and that needs to be very strong. So you need to be possessed by that idea that this is the next big thing, this is the next $1 billion idea. At least it needs to be in your mind. What works out, that doesn't work out, that's a later thing, but in your mind you need to be completely possessed by it, and only then you can sail through that phase.
And also, I have seen from 2006, I have been a micro entrepreneur myself. So I ran a consulting training business, and then I did terrariums, so which was a product business. So both, having experienced both, I have realized that when you work for your passion project, you actually do not feel tired.
Correct. That's what I was saying. That you can continuously go on if you're believing in that product or the idea.
Yes, absolutely. So 2024, how did it feel when you sold your first bottle, when your first customer walked into the store? How did it feel?
No, when we started the full store, when we inaugurated, that was very nice feeling. I was very happy. My family was very proud that we came all the way. We come from a very small town in India called Chandrapur. I'm pretty sure not many people can locate that in India.
In Maharashtra.
In Maharashtra, yes. So we all were very happy, but that happiness sunk in very quickly, because in our first month, again, as I said, I was forecasting on Excel sheets that we'll sell X liters of oil in one day, that multiplied by number of days, and it was nowhere close to that. To be frank, in our first month, if I remember, we sold around 100 liters of oil in our first month. That's roughly 3 liters a day. That's not very high. That's like 1 order a day. So some days you would get 2 orders, some day we will get 0 orders, some day we will get 1 order. So that was very petrifying. Like I used to get dreams also in the night of people walking in front of my store and laughing, see, they have opened such a big store and nobody's coming in the store. But yes, that the first month, all the butterflies in stomach, everything around you, and
who would you talk about these fears that you had?
Nothing. There is no one. See, if you have a co-founder, it's fine. If you don't have a co-founder, the journey of an entrepreneur is very lonely. Very lonely. I can get frustrated a lot, but there is nobody who I can talk to. I only have my branch staff, and those are operational staff. One is producing, one is bottling, labeling, and third one is dealing with customer. And then we have delivery boys. So if you have a co-founder, maybe that problem can be solved. But
what role did your wife play?
No, she has me. Despite working 16 to 18 hours a day, she is more busy than me. she is into real estate, and as you know, Dubai's real estate is extremely busy. It keeps you on your toes. So she heads a sales team in one of the brokerage firm. And also we have a kid, so even if both of us take equal responsibility of the kid, both of us work 16 hours a day. So she morally supports me, but apart from that, in terms of whenever I have to take some principal decision, that does this color look good or that color look good, some aesthetic decisions, of course she decides, because I feel I'm not very good in terms of deciding what would look aesthetically good. So those decisions she would take, but operationally I do everything.
So do you have a mentor, a coach with whom you ideate? Do you think it would help if you had somebody like that? Yes,
of course. A support system, a professional support system would help a lot. But also, Dipanvita, it depends on what kind of a person you are. From very, very early age, I think from something like 10th standard, when I was 15, 16 years of age, from that point in time, my inclination was towards self-learning and self-doing. I would not listen a lot in classes, but would rather read the books and study by myself. But I know 80 to 90% of the people would prefer a mentor, a tutor, or more professional setup, but not me. I work in a different way. I like to explore my own things, figure out and try that, and then go ahead with that. So maybe if I get a mentor, it would help me, but till now I have done by myself only, because initially what you do, you need to do it the very way, or from your very core, your core identity, the way you do. And eventually to scale up, then yes, you need multiple heads working on it. You need many resources, but yeah.
Great. So first month, you said you had trepidation, fear, anxiety that people are going to laugh at you. This is not going to work. You second guess yourself, right?
Yes.
So when did it all start turning around? When did it start? And how did you survive till then? Like, what was the voice in your head that made you kept you going?
I knew that the product is good. I knew that the branding behind the product is good, and whoever, even if I say 30 people purchased in first month, all 30 of them were extremely happy and gave a very positive feedback. So I knew it's a matter of time when we reach people. Reach was the only concept that I need to crack. How do I increase my reach? I don't have to focus on a lot on marketing. I don't have to focus a lot on educating people. I don't have to focus a lot on many things. Just reach. I want to increase my reach, as in more and more people should know that something like this exists. And because I very strongly believe in the concept is very, very strong, people themselves will come into the store or look into the website and things like that. So it was not a very big of a pressure on me, because I knew that the only thing I need to work on is how do I increase my reach. That's it. Rest everything was already there.
How did you crack it? How is it?
It was
come
gradual.
to this point?
It was gradual, Deepamrita. Like every month we started doing something new. For example, for the first month, as we were clueless, we were distributing pamphlets. Whoever is walking around the lake. Okay. Then second month we started going in 2-3 buildings and had our standees there. From third month onwards, we started doing reels on Instagram. More and more people started knowing up. From fourth month onwards, we started doing influencer marketing. We collaborated with a couple of influencers, so their reach also were able to see that something like this exists. And then I think around December, we started doing digital marketing. We started running ads on Meta, and so it was gradual. Every month since we started, every month we are doing, our sales are better than previous month. So it has.
So great. Just let me, I want to know more in details. What are the parts that you take care of, you are involved in, and what are the parts that you outsource? Like, do you outsource your digital marketing to somebody? What are the things that you outsource?
Yes. Digital marketing is the only thing. It's not outsourced. It's someone in the family who is in India. He takes care of the digital marketing. That's it. Rest everything we do in-house, and I am the one who looks into it. As I said, in terms of employees, I have ground level employees for production, for bottling, for managing the store, and for delivery. Rest everything, be it marketing, finance, anything that I only look at it.
So total, how many you said? 4 people including you, or 5?
No, at managerial level, I'm the only one.
Employee,
And ground staff, I have 5 full-time staff and 2 part-time staff.
Okay.
And of course, the marketing one. After this, the person in India who takes care of the digital marketing.
And then you have delivery boys to take care
Yes.
of. Okay, great. So you started Prestillo with the purpose of providing pure, clean
Correct.
oils to people,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What are some of the values that you are not ready to compromise in the business?
If I cannot give any product to my baby is 2 years now. If I cannot give any product to my baby, I will not sell it. It's as simple as that. It needs to pass that comfort test of a parent first, and then it needs to pass all the lab testing and all. So yes.
Oh, so there are steps between. So how would you launch? Say I know that you had a problem with the walnut,
Yes.
thing. You were trying to make walnut oil, and then you encountered a roadblock.
Yes.
So tell us, what are the steps between you thinking that we should bring this oil into the market and you actually launching it? What are the steps in between?
So first, deciding what oil to bring, that's very easy for us, because I also take part of the customer care. As you know, all the calls come to me. I am the one who speaks to all the customers.
Yeah.
So what oil to launch next is very easy, because I know customer feedback, what customer is asking. The first oil that we launched, apart from the oils we are doing regularly, was I think castor oil, because people were asking for it. Then we launched olive oil, black seed oil. So it's a demand-based launch. Whenever people ask for something, if I get a lot of inquiries, we launch that. And after we decided on what oil to launch, then we look at various things like sourcing. What all seeds can we get? Either do we get it from the local market, or do we have to import it? Once we get small batches, we try making oil out of it and understand how oil is made. Because the machines that we have, it's a very traditional machine. The one which was used in the old times, it was called kolhuka bell. Same concept, stone bowl and wooden log on top of it. So we need to understand. There are a few settings that we need to do and understand how oil is made. Once the oil is made, we'll understand what's the yield of the oil. Say for example, 10 kg of seeds will give me how much oil. That helps us in deciding the pricing of the oil. What price should we price? Once we have the oil, once we have the price, then we send it to different labs for testing both, and we also send it to municipality for their approvals. And once we get the product approval, once we get all the lab results, and then we go ahead and design the label. Once label and bottles are ready, we can start the.
So do you do the designing, or the person who's handling marketing
No,
for
no.
you,
No,
digital
to be
marketing?
very frank, I have done all the designing. Most of our labels are very similar.
Wow. On Canva?
No, not on Canva. Actually, I don't even know Canva. I just had few ideas. I tell ChatGPT these ideas. They give me a basic print, and based on that basic thing, I just give it to the person who is printing our label and ask him to make some changes. He would do, and we get going.
Wow. Cool. How many oils? How many product
Currently, we are doing
ranges?
13 oils.
Okay. And so looking back at your journey now, it's been an year. There's a lot of, I can tell you from the customer side, because I am in the JLT community. There are various groups within JLT, and not only in my residence tower, but cluster, but also there are other communities that I'm part of. And the moment somebody asks, there are like 3 people, 4 people telling them Prestillo, go for Prestillo.
Yes.
And then it's so amazing. I was talking to somebody who's a friend and is also thinking about consciously living. I was saying that, oh, my food bills are very high, but because I choose quality over it's much more affordable outside if you buy oils.
Yes.
So she said, oh, even mine, and my oil comes from Prestillo. So we were like, oh wow. And then I discovered more people in my community actually are using Prestillo. So the word of mouth is very strong.
Yes.
So that is one success you've got. You like.
See, we spend a very little amount on marketing, very, very little, because as I said, I don't have a full-time employee sitting with me to do the marketing. So all the success we have got is from word of mouth, is from people telling each other, and that was the whole plan. The thing is, if I go and see something and if I like, I will tell to people. And also I very strongly believe that when a customer comes to our store or when a customer orders our oil, we don't have to deliver them what they want. We don't have to make them happy. First thing is delivery, that we are meeting their standards. Second thing is making happy. Okay, they are happy. If they are happy, maybe they will talk to few people. And the third step is impressing them. If they are impressed, then they will go and speak to 10 different people. So that's what we strive for. We don't strive to meeting what's customer has asked, but we strive to impress them, and whatever we can do to do that, we make sure we do that, and that's how you get a lot of word of mouth.
And word of mouth is the best
Yes.
possible marketing, and you can spend any amount on marketing outside.
Correct.
But word of mouth is the most powerful.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing that struck me while I was interacting with you was that you're recycling the bottles. Often it's a problem. And last month when I was ordering my bulk stock for the month, and usually I order in batches and I'm left behind with something. And I said, do you also take bottles back? And you said, yes, we are, and we are giving you some percentage discount on the thing. And my question, I don't know if you remember that, do you give percentage on the total bill, or do you give, so you said, no, you are encouraging. So tell us a little more details about that scheme.
So we run a campaign where we take our own bottles back. In fact, if you see in our store, we have jars filled with oils where we promote people to recycle the bottles. Either they can bring their own bottles or bring our own bottles. The concept is same. Let's be more conscious about our environment, and let's spend as less as possible. If somebody says that our oils are pricey, again, I can use a very cheap plastic bottle and reduce the cost, but that's not the aim. The aim is you give us back the bottle and we'll reduce the cost of the bottle, so it will be a little bit pocket friendly for you. And more than that, what at this point in time, our volumes in terms of the bottles that we get back are not very high, but still we continue this program because we want to inculcate a habit in people of giving back the bottle, and that takes a lot of time. So I'm happy to give away this discount till a long period of time because I want people to get habituated to that, and that's also one of our core strength in terms of if we are able to get someone habituated to recycling their bottles, they might never leave us because they might not get any another company in supermarket which is taking back their bottles. That can only be done in this format. So that gives us a moat also in terms of what we are doing. And yes, it doesn't harm to be more environment conscious, and it helps us save our cost also. If we get back the bottles, it helps us save the bottle cost as well. So
absolutely, bottle plus labeling, everything.
Yes.
In fact.
And it's very overwhelming to throw so much bottles every month. We in our home when we first came to Dubai, we used to get these water bottles even for drinking water, and it's somehow pinches you in terms of how can I throw so many bottles at the end of week or end of month. And my wife is from environment background. She has done her PhD in environment. So it was always a discussion in our family of what to do, how to do, and choosing a glass bottle was first step, and then deciding to take it back was definitely on the cards.
So tell me, so you take it back and then you wash it and then you refill the bottle, right?
It depends on the condition in which the bottle is. If it is in a very clean condition, then yes, we wash it, we sanitize it, and then we reuse it. But not all the bottles we get falls under that category. 70 to 80% of what we get are say for example not in a very good state. Either there is a small crack or there is a lot of residue. In that case, we give those bottles back to Dubai municipality for recycling instead of reusing. And which are in good case, we recycle it, we reuse it.
Okay. Because in my personal experience as a user, I see that there is a lot of residue which is left.
Yes.
And especially because the bottle mouth is very narrow,
Correct.
I really can't put any brush or something.
You need industrial equipments to wash that. So residue is one part that can be taken care of. But if there are cracks, or if our main issue is how oil goes bad is because of moisture. If it's kept open for a long time and moisture goes in, then it goes bad. Or we might think that there is no oil in the bottle, but there would still be some oil on the walls of the bottle. And if it's kept open, moisture goes in, and that might create fungus or some kind of issue. So based on that, we decide whether to reuse it or recycle it. When either which way, it doesn't go to garbage bags. It's used in the way it's supposed to be used.
And also gives me a big discount at this point of time.
Yes.
Okay. So you said in terms of values, there was one value that you will never compromise, which is if you cannot give it to your baby, it doesn't go to the market.
Yes.
Tell me, how does that value translate when you transact the business? And tell me, how does that value translate, or are there any other values that you hold very dear to yourself? Often we have seen that founders have certain values that they hold that translates or rubs off on the business and the way the business is run in a day-to-day manner, especially from an employee perspective. What does your employee feel? What does your customer see it? Because this is a very intangible kind of a thing that if I can't give it to my baby, I can't give it to the market.
Correct.
Makes perfect sense. But how do I verbalize it?
Okay.
In one word, in a few words, how do I verbalize those values?
The way I look at it, or apart from this value that if I can't give it to her, what I'm more concerned about, if I'm building a business, if I'm leaving a lucrative job and I need to build a business, it needs to be big enough. And let me tell you, Dipanvita, no FMCG company or nobody can make a lot of money by selling a 40 dirham, 50 dirham stuff. I know I will only make money when I build a big brand out of it and I give this brand to FMCG biggies. To do that, I need to be absolutely sure that I'm not worried about individual sale or individual items. I need to look it as a brand. If you won't believe, we get a lot of call from customer. They have opened it, they've used half of it, and they say it's not smelling good. We would absolutely take it back and give them a new bottle and send that to the lab for testing. and all our results come, it was perfectly fine. But because it's a retail thing, there are 10,000 different customers and everybody has different experience. So whenever I have to take a decision like this, I feel, am I thinking of a sale or am I thinking of building a brand? Only when I think of building a brand, that means I take care of little nuances. It's okay, it costs us, but it's fine, because in the longer term, if I'm very conscious about the kind of brand that I'm building, if I'm having absolutely no one in the market who feels bad about my product, then eventually I'm going to win. Eventually it's going to grow big. So the second important value which I hold very close to me is, I don't focus on sales. I don't focus sales as in I don't focus on one particular sale. If anybody has any issue, we are happy to solve the issue. We give them new bottles if they want. Customer satisfaction is of utmost importance. Yes, because you cannot build a brand.
Actually.
You cannot build a brand without customer satisfaction. Again, if I put the product on the supermarket, how do I build a brand? Customer might, yes, one day come take it. How would they come second day? They can come second day only when they interact with me. And that's why, as I said, when we grow big, I know I'll have a manager to take care of the finances. I know I'll have a manager to take care of HR. And I know someone will be there to take care of operations, manufacturing. But I'm pretty sure till very last stage, I will be the one who will take care of customer care department, because I enjoy that. I enjoy talking to people, understanding what their needs are. It's a retail business. I talk to more than 200 people daily. So some people might have very weird requests. Can you mix these 2 oils? Can you mix these 3 oils? So I need to take those questions so that I can give them best result, best answer and stuff like that. So customer satisfaction is of very, very high importance to us.
So I hear not satisfaction, but actually customer delight.
Yes, customer delight. And as I said, we get a very small window and we want to impress them in that small window. So that's what we do.
And also I hear a lot of emphasis on quality and positive perception created through quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, qualities we are doing that. Our production, we are making sure we are sourcing absolutely best quality of nuts and seeds, and we are doing very clean production and nothing else. Apart from that, what can be done? Because this thing somebody else can also do. Another person with X amount of capital can also start something like this. But the relationship that we build with our customers, that they might not. Or even if they want to have that, it will take them time. They will always be behind us.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely
that's how we create moat in businesses.
Absolutely bang on. Okay. So any other value that you have inculcated in the business that your employees also live? Though I see that there are lots of junior employees in the organization.
It's ground level staff. So basically, to be very frank, I would want to have a proper setup for the employee in terms of all HR rules and regulations, their training and all. But a startup doesn't have all these resources. So they also learn every day as it comes. And by God's grace, I have got most of the good employees. Couple of delivery riders initially who joined me were not that good enough, but I decided not to continue with them. So in terms of employee, there is not anything significant because it's a small team. If someone does something which I don't like, it comes to me very quickly, and I tell them that this is not how it is supposed to be. So on employee side, it's not a large. Once it becomes at least 8 to 10 employees, then we will have some certain set rules and practices in place. Till that time, we take as it comes.
Great. Tell me about little road bumps that you've had so far.
Going ahead, I would want to have multiple stores. As I said, next 3-4 months, I'm planning to have at least one store started. And going forward, once I come full time in this by December or January next year, then I would want 2-3 more stores to come up. So yeah, and also in last 1 year, I have realized what works, what doesn't work. This first store was absolutely first store. So many things were hit, many things were missed. Now I know how it works, what's a hit, what's a miss. So if I have to open my second store, all the metrics of those stores will be much better than for these stores. So I've learned a lot of things.
So tell us about the learnings that you've had, the hits, the misses. Tell us about it.
the location, the place, the size of store you need, the way you need to design store, all those things. I mean, we just started it as a normal store, 2 machines, a display unit, that's it. And eventually we realized we need a lot of storage space, we need a lot of desks, we need lot of automation, both in terms of POS automation as well as in terms of recording our data, tracking our data, as well as we need a lot of stuff. So we need different spaces, we need different fixed setups for those spaces. So not anything extremely big. And of course, in terms of location, my current location is not something which is easily visible to everybody. It's on the backside of the building. So I would like to have at a location which is more where we get more walk-ins. All the customers that we have, very less amount of it can be attributed to walk-ins. Most of it are either through word of mouth or people who have seen us somewhere, referred to by someone and stuff like that. So and also the format of the store. There are many things that are there which I would do little bit differently, but the core remains the same. Anybody can walk in, ask for any oil, we can make and give it to them freshly squeezed.
Wow, great. Any other thing that I'm missing that was very important for you in this last 1 year?
Important as in you just need to believe in it. You don't need to lose hope. There would be many instances where you would feel, is it worth doing? But yeah, you need to keep going and you need to scale it at appropriate time. And also I didn't face it, but I know many businesses face a lot of questions. Do I need to continue doing this or do I need to pivot? Whatever is required needs to be done. To be frank, in my case, as I said, the product market fit was good. I was lucky to have that. If I would have had that, I would have to think, do I need to change product? Do I need to change locality? Do I need to change the way I bottle? But luckily all those things was not an issue for me. But yes, it comes up as an issue for other entrepreneurs. And we need to be very customer centric in thinking of what customer wants, from most of the founders think from what they are giving from that point of view, but we need to think of when this will be used or when this will be consumed, what would be the point of view of the person who is using it or consuming it. If your thinking starts from there, then you will be able to have a good product or a service which will be accepted by many people. That's what I personally feel.
So you're talking of scaling up 2-3 stores more in the next year. Funding, where is it coming from?
Okay, till now it has been bootstrapped and I have not approached any investors also till now. So the funding part is still not clear. How am I going to fund multiple stores? Because it's not clear where I am going to open and how much it's going to cost me. I have a rough idea of how much it would cost me, but I will take it as and when it comes. If as I said, I come from an investment banking background, and the last 5-6 years what I have done is raise funds for mid-level or large level companies. We raise equity funds, debt funds. So finance, as I said, is my bread and butter. When it comes to that, I will look into it. I will approach investors if it's required. If it's not required, if it can be done in-house, we'll do. Again, those things are not sorted out yet. But
so the path emerges as you walk on it.
Correct. And many times what has happened is many of our customers have asked us, do you want to open multiple stores? Do you want to do partnership? We like it so much, we would want to have something like this in some other area, in this area, that area. All those things I have noted down and I have it with me. As and when I finalize any other location, I might approach to those people as well. So yes, those things are there, but I need something in my hand to go and discuss with anyone else if I want to raise funds.
Tell me one important thing, we talked previously about it. When you're very passion driven, you actually take very less time to rest.
Yes.
But you are one human being on which this whole business is dependent. How do you take care of your own well-being?
It becomes very tough. To be very frank, as I said in the starting itself, the amount of stress that I have taken in last 2 years is too much. I in general, am a very relaxed guy. I don't take a lot of stress. but I've realized that I have taken a lot of stress in these 2 years, and the only solution which I see or which I would recommend is automation. We need to use technology in our favor to get rid of many things. We do a lot of things manually that needs a lot of time, and because that needs a lot of time, we cannot do a lot of other things, and that builds stress. So automation, will have to use a lot of automation, both in terms of the data that you are collecting, the processes that you are doing. I'm happy that there are tools, as and when it comes to the scale, we'll use it. Say, for example, there are machines which would automatically label a bottle. We don't need to do it manually. There are machines which will cap the bottle. There are POS systems which do the full tracking right from placing the order to till dispatch, delivery, payment, collection. Right now we are doing most of these things manually, but yes, as I said, when we go to a scale, we'll use automation in our favor to get rid of a few tasks. And once you free up your hands out of certain very basic stuff, tasks, then you can be relaxed. Then you can get little bit more time to do more productive work. Stress predominantly comes from the fact that you have 3-4 things pending, but you are not able to do that because you are involved in some other stuff which is not very important, but you have to do because it's your baby, it's your business. So yes, technology is what we'll have to use.
So great. My question was more from the perspective of when and how do you switch this brain off so that it comes back
That never
recharged?
switches open with that. To be very frank, sometimes I get up 3 o'clock in the night just to go to washroom or something. I automatically takes my phone and sees if there is any order, and I don't know what pattern is this, but every night I get 3-4 orders. If somebody asking something on WhatsApp, and if I get up at 3 o'clock, I reply them, I tell them this is it, this is that. So I don't think that will ever go off unless I have some person doing this for me. But it's a continuous thing. It's
a chatbot.
I don't know whether
but the kind of personalization you are trying to give to customers won't be possible through technology.
Yes. See, as I said, it's like your baby. If your baby cries at 3 in the night, you will get up and serve that baby, right? So at least initial phases, it's like when the baby grows big, maybe you can train the baby to take care of itself. So till that point in time, of course, 24/7 it runs in my mind.
Absolutely. I absolutely know what you mean.
And in fact, I forgot about our podcast. Very thank you that you called me half an hour before. I was going to someplace else, and because of there are not many things I can keep on my head. I keep my space very clean so that the only few things are there in my space, and it's very good that you called. If you would not have called, I would be driving at this point in time. So yes.
I know exactly how it works, how overflowing the hands are of a micro entrepreneur who's just set up business and who's driven by passion and is growing at a very rapid pace, right?
Yes.
As we conclude, some nuggets of wisdom, because this series is supposed to serve as inspiration to people who are looking to start their passion project, get committed, and creating their own baby. It's like birthing, gestation and birthing your baby. So wisdom from your journey that you would want to share for other micro entrepreneurs.
First thing, I would want everybody, whoever is planning to start, invest a lot of time and money in market research. You need to be very thorough in terms of what will work, what will not work. I met few very successful people who have started a store and become successful, and they told me, even I didn't do this, they told me if they whenever they are finalizing a spot, they would stand in front of that spot for 3-4 days continuously and count down how many number of people are passing in front of the store. Wow. So you need to go that depth of market research in terms of whatever your product may be. Might not be a store, might be an online thing, might be a service based thing, anything, but your market research needs to be very, very strong. I know a few people who has done I don't remember the term, group interviews. You do
focus group interviews.
Yes, focus group interviews of multiple people to understand what works, what doesn't work. So I didn't do all this because I didn't had time, but I would want, if at all I'm starting a new venture, I would spend a lot of time, effort and money on market research. And if you cannot hire an agency who would do it for you. give them a relevant set of questions that you want to answer, and ask them to go in the field and find them answer for those things, and only then you put your you start the business. Otherwise, the failure rate of businesses in UAE is so high, especially in Dubai, especially in the store format. I think since the time we started, 4 to 5 stores in our area, in that JLT area, closed since last 1 year. So it's the rents are high, manpower cost is high, and revenue might not be as much as you think. So you need to be absolutely sure. And you can never be absolutely sure, but at least market research will give you some preparedness. How much can you be prepared? So invest heavily in terms of market research is what I would say.
Okay.
And understand your target consumer. Second point, people have, even I have burnt my fingers, but in a very small way, you need to absolutely understand who your target customer is. Absolutely, that's a must. Which area, which locality, which income bracket, what gender, what nationality, everything needs to be very crisp, very clear. And in my case, whatever I thought in the beginning still holds. Now, after realizing that it's been a year, that concept which I had in mind, that who is my target customer, that still holds. But it's not necessary there with every business. People might realize, oh, not this, that, oh, not this, that. And
Yeah, you might have to go through iterations, and then when the rubber hits the road is the test of the idea,
Correct.
the product, whatever it is.
Correct.
We come to almost an hour of talking to you, interesting insights. Thank you so much for your time, precious time, energy. And I hope this inspires people who are willing to do something of their own.
Yes.
And this whole series is meant for that. If you like this interview, please don't forget to subscribe by pressing the bell icon and follow us on our social media handles as we talk to more and more micro entrepreneurs who are living their dreams boldly.